It's a terrible football show. What do you expect?
I want whatever you guys are smoking right now.
Just in my brain, it just makes so much sense.
OH!
Oh, baby,
go.
yeah!
You have no quarterback. You're going to need some punters.
Welcome to a terrible football show.
That's my quarterback and my teammate, man.
Ruins my fucking holiday every damn year.
Alex,
What up?
you can thoroughly kiss my ass.
If it's Toledo, I'm drawing the best damn rocket there is out there.
Now that's gonna look like a dildo.
Tell my HR director about this show. He's going to listen to it.
They draft Xavier Worthy. What the fuck? Wide receiver from Texas.
Fucking hamster.
It's a hamster mixed in with a sheep.
The Buffalo Hamsters have traded.
Listen, guys, this is a terrible football show where everybody may be good at nothing, but we are terrible at everything.
That's facts. That's a clip for the intro.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
That's a clip for opinions. So why can't I? Terrible football show after all. Welcome to the Terrible Football Show. It is September 24, 2024. I think this is episode 111. We almost started the show on mute, but I got it. I got it the last possible second. I unmuted us. Shout out to that. A little bit of a lighter show here to start. I think Ricky just popped on Discord, so he's probably going to be popping in there. Speak of the devil. Say his name, and he appears with no camera. So shout out to that. I know.
Sorry, hold on. Wait, I got you.
Say his name and he appears.
What the crap is my camera not working today?
What a start. No Shane here to start the show. No Shane at all today. Shane's passing on today. I'm not sure about Tyler. Tyler might be popping in. I have no clue. But we got Jacob Marie here, so let's go around real quick. Jacob, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I start a new job tomorrow.
Shout out.
This was a weird week for football.
Hence the title.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it wasn't like the weirdest thing in the face, on the face of this earth, but it was a weird week. You know what I mean? Like it was a week. It was something. So we got a lot of weird things to talk about from from this past week of college and pro both. It was a time. Just like how Ricky's having a time with his camera. Ricky, how you doing over there, buddy? What's happening?
I hate Discord. I'm starting to really hate this thing. It's every week. It's something. It's not my volume. It's my camera. If it's not my camera, it's my volume. It's just been it's been a rough couple of weeks, guys.
Yeah. Well,
Or you beeping.
Well, yeah, the beeping too. I mean, you have had just a time. You have had a time over there, man. Like what is going on over in the Ricky household? Oh, that laugh.
Yeah. My wife's let's see here. My wife's vehicle's still in the shop. Found out it's gonna cost $7,000 to get fixed.
Woo!
Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely been a treat.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I thought my car work was piling up, but not $7,000 worth. God dang, man.
Had to do her 2.5-year vehicle blown motor.
Man, 2.5-year-old. That's got to piss you off on a whole different level.
Yep.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully we can make your day a little bit better today with a terrible football show.
That's why I'm here.
Yep. If your camera doesn't work, you know what? That's fine. We can still hear your very luxurious voice. All college and pro both. So we're gonna dive into a lot of different games, go through our picks right off the top. So do not forget it, because I've got a terrible tendency to forget it. Don't forget to check out our Patreon down below. We'd appreciate that. Maybe something there that you might like and you want to support the brand further, and we'd appreciate that. And we will do our best to shout out our sponsors at some point in the show. So if I don't, check out Rogue Energy and Agent Inc.
I'll do something. Patreon goal.
Okay.
This will be a while, more than likely.
Yeah, it'll be a while. Yeah.
100 Patreons. If we make it to 100, clean shave.
Oh, no, I can't. I don't know if I can condone that. I respect. I'm not doing it with you. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Ricky,
shave.
Ricky,
You
you
heard
do
it
it.
here,
You do it
folks.
every year. You'll be fine.
Well, especially during football season. Well, now the good thing is that now that I'm coaching, I don't have to like keep it clean shave for basketball like I usually do. So I
Yeah.
get to grow the beard back a lot sooner than usual.
Hey, speaking of, are you still a ref while you're also coaching? Like, are you refereeing some like football games and stuff, or is that just kind of behind you since you're focused on coaching right now?
I still do football, but I will not do basketball.
All right. I mean, obviously, yeah. All right. Well, okay. All right. So, man, you are a busy man. God bless. You got football. You got football games you ref. You got all the coaching stuff you got to take care of. Man, you are a busy, busy guy.
Still in grad school.
Yeah, busy man. Shout out to that. And he still makes time to come on the worst show on the internet that almost got sued. Shout out. Shout out. Gotta also try to remember that plug because I realized I think the last 2 episodes I did not plug that we almost got sued. It's in the description, so it's always there. But I need to make sure to plug it so people know that's listening that we may be a terrible show, but we're so bad that we got noticed by a very large company and almost got sued. So that's that. I think that's a badge of honor, in my opinion. That's why I like to mention it, okay? Because that, in my mind, that's a badge of honor. That we're the size we are, and we almost got taken to court. So shout out. But anyway, all right, boys, let's go ahead and start jumping into stuff. Like I said, I know for a fact Shane will not be here. Tyler, I do not know. Tyler's on. He's playing college football right now, but I have not heard from dude if he's going to be here. I'm going to assume no, which whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Might have forgot.
Knowing Tyler, he might have forgot. I do know he's had some shit going on in the work life. So it's very possible that he could have forgot. Quite possible. But who knows? Who knows? But anyway, do we want to start with some NFL or some pro? Some NFL or some college, boys? Where do we want to start? I got the thumbnail as NFL. Do we just want to start there?
We can.
All
There's
right.
a lot to go over in the NFL.
There is. Man, just what a weird week. All right. Just what a weird week it was. More so for the NFL, I think. Well, there were some weird things that I feel like happened in college football that I definitely wouldn't have expected. Like for example, would not have expected BYU to put the brutal beatdown they did on Kansas State. We'll get there. But on the pro side, there was definitely some surprises. Definitely some surprises. So just kind of going through the games, just want to give some shouts. So first off, I guess shout out to Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. He kind of got the monkey off his back, played a home game and didn't tear his Achilles. So shout out to that. I mean, he looked good. He played well. So I mean, maybe it's kind of getting back in the groove of things. Man, talk about the Giants with Daniel Jones actually slinging it for once in his career. Before he's going to become a career backup, and Bryce Young's going to be the future QB of the Giants. Shout out to that. The Bears, though. Let's go ahead and just jump into this. I'm curious of other people's thoughts on the Bears. I'm curious of other people's thoughts on the Bears.
They don't have a running game.
Sucks.
All right, you both talked at the same time. What are we talking about now?
The defense is fine. I just think you just don't have a running game.
No, I think the defense is horrible.
Whoa!
No, they only gave up 21 points. That's not bad. You want to talk about horrible defense? Let's talk about the Raiders' defense.
Oh yeah,
That's horrible defense.
Oh yeah, we'll
All
get
right,
there.
that's terrible defense. But no. The Bears' defense is fine. You cannot put 52 passes on a rookie quarterback and expect to win a football game. It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
it was so bad.
Man, watching all the running backs perform, like I understand you paid DeAndre Swift, and I understand you want to get him those touches and stuff. But like, dude, we don't have the offensive line to support him. You know what I mean? To support that type of back. Like in my mind, like you got to make Roschon Johnson the starter. He was the one that I feel like really, he can be the one that can somewhat be our power guy, and he's the one that I feel like, in terms of the running game, played the best. Like, I don't want to take Swift out of the equation completely, but dude, I feel like you got to make a move at the running back position. You got to go with Roschon to start. Beyond that, though, the defense, like I said, I agree. The defense is fine. I don't think the defense is the problem. Dude, Jesus Christ, what are we doing on the offensive play calling though? Like, that's where I was just baffled. Like that speed option at the 4th and 1 at the like, what the absolute hell are we doing? Like, dude, that's something I would have expected out of Luke Getsy. Like, not a guy who is like a proven offensive coordinator, play caller, like a keyword play caller. Was Shane Waldron. Like, what the hell are we doing? Like, oh my God, we gotta improve on the offensive play calling. The one thing that I will take away from this game is that I took away from this game that Caleb looked good. Had a rough start, really turned it around. Didn't want to do 52 passes, but the dude can sling it. You know what I mean? He didn't have as perfect a game as Jaden Daniels did. Shout out to that. But I feel like Caleb did everything that he could. He had a lot of really good throws. Really got comfortable behind some of his throws. So that's the big thing I want to see, as well as I feel like this was Rome's kind of almost coming out party, because Rome has been a non-factor, for the first 2 weeks, and it's just like, why do you get Rome at 9 and pass on a guy like Fuaga, who is balling out for the Saints at tackle, right? If you're not going to make him part of the equation every week, you know what I mean? You got to get the ball to him. You got to force the ball to him and get things going. So, got to improve on the offensive play calling. This is not a game we should have lost. Like, it's just not. It's pathetic. I mean, it's absolutely pathetic. But for me, the key takeaway is that at least Caleb did not play like a bust. He's still showing. He's showing. Like, I've seen some Bears fans talk about it, where it's just like they've seen more growth in 3 weeks than they did in 3 years with Justin, and I kind of relate, because Justin was always trajecting up. The team was never in his favor, but he was also had a lot of stagnant, right? Like he just did in Chicago. And I want to say this as well, for anyone out there that's saying, "Oh God, do you guys miss Justin? He's 3-0." Do you really think Justin would be fucking 3-0 with this Bears team with that offensive line? Shut the fuck up. That's such a stupid take. It's like the same take of like Bears fans being upset that we didn't get Patrick Mahomes. Do you think Patrick would be Patrick if he got drafted by the Bears? Like, come on. It's like, come on, what are we doing? what are we talking about? So, hate that we lost that game, but did walk away happy, at least in some regards. There's some elements that need to be cleaned up. Also, can we just get an all-around, fuck Malik Willis, please? Just top to bottom, everyone fuck Malik Willis.
Fuck Malik Willis.
Thank you. Ricky, I know you may have children in the room, Willis. So if you can't say it, that's fine.
No, I'm not going to. You got to give the props for props to do, and he.
Oh, come on,
but still,
Ricky.
No, hang on.
It's not about
props.
About.
I get it. Because of the one deal we can't talk about, I get that part. That part I can say it, but I'm not going to. But I will say that you got to give the props to him, though. That was one heck of a game.
No, I mean, it was one heck of a game. Still fuck Malik Willis, though. For other reasons. Fuck Malik Willis. And fuck Tyler with fantasy. That son of a bitch made his fantasy team about Malik Willis and started Malik Willis against me. That son of a bitch. Tyler, next time you're paying.
Did he win?
Did he beat me? He might have beat me. That was last week, wasn't it? I don't remember. I can't, because I think I played Brady this week, and I just barely. I scored 89 points and beat him. If that tells you how weird of a week of football it was, that you can score 89 points in fantasy and win.
That is weird.
Yeah. No, I think it was last week. So yeah, I think Tyler beat me when starting Malik Willis. So fuck him. Anyway, also in terms of giving props where props is due, boys, how are we feeling about the resurgence, or not even the resurgence, but just like the coming out party for Sam Darnold in Minnesota? Like, is this train going to keep going? Or is this train going to fizzle off? Because I asked that. So once upon a time, there is an ATFS episode that says Sam Darnold is the guy when he was in Carolina and balled out for 3 weeks. So is this going to be the 3-week Sam Darnold MVP run, or is this going to continue all year?
It should continue all year, given what he has around him. Let's be real here. This probably isn't all Sam Darnold. This is the team around him. His Vikings team has a running game. They have the receiving core. They have an offensive line. They have a pretty damn good defense for the most part for starting the season. All they needed was a quarterback. Serviceable quarterback. Sam Darnold's that guy.
Is he going to be like the Case Keenum of this year?
The who?
Like the Case Keenum of this year, when Case Keenum brought him to the NFC Championship game?
I would akin Sam Darnold more so to Ryan Tannehill.
Okay. What were you going to say, Ricky?
Keenum.
I was just going to add on that I cannot believe I heard the words that Sam Darnold is the guy right now. Like, I would not have even thought. I didn't expect this Minnesota Vikings team to be that good. But sometimes when you just something doesn't make sense to us, it does make sense to others, like the owners and everything like that. So apparently they knew exactly what they were doing, and this should be a key to one of our loving owners that I will not mention his name at the moment because right now, as a disgusted Cowboy fan, you do not need to pay a quarterback $50-60 million in order to be successful in the National Football League. And Minnesota didn't panic. We thought they were going to be desperate. They're not desperate. They got Sam Darnold. I know J.J. McCarthy is still out. I think he's on IR for the rest of the year.
Yeah, he's out for the
That
year.
was something we were expecting that to happen this year. And I was one of them was counting them out, but now that it turns out this is actually a pretty dadgum good Minnesota Vikings football team. They are much better right now than what they were, especially toward the end of last year when they could not figure out the quarterback situation. So as long as Sam Darnold's got to stay healthy. I know he got hurt the other day, which I think is questionable for this week, but they can keep a quarterback healthy, a serviceable quarterback, you could see a resurgence from a guy that I gave up on a long time ago. But I think it's a great story though.
If the Vikings make it to the playoffs this year, they don't have to win anything in the playoffs, but the Vikings even make it as a wild card, Sam earns a starting spot back somewhere.
Yeah, next year as a bridge guy or something somewhere.
Yeah.
A guy for a few years, absolutely. And also, I did a fact check. Episode 3 of A Terrible Football Show, posted on September 23rd, almost to the exact day of today, 2021. The title is Sam Darnold is the Guy. This is when he had a 3-week MVP run with Carolina. So shout out to that, bro. Almost to the same damn day. We're talking about Sam Darnold being a guy as we were when this terrible show started. Man, what a journey.
I want to add to this conversation with the Vikings. I want to flip it and talk about Houston for just a second.
Yeah.
I don't think Houston is in trouble here whatsoever. I think this Vikings defense is something great to see. Houston, they drop one game, doesn't matter. The division is weak as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Houston's still going to win this division.
Absolutely.
They're still going to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think this is just one of those early season deals where this happens from time to time, even with some of the good teams. And don't get me wrong, there is such thing as that second year slump. Hopefully we don't see that from CJ Stroud, but even if we do see a little bit of a slump, I think Houston is loaded all over the place to where they can at least make the playoffs this year.
The only thing that worries me about Houston is the running game. If they can't get Joe Mixon healthy and tip-top shape, they will not have a running game there at all.
No, they won't. They won't.
Cam Akers is not the guy.
No, but in terms of the Houston conversation, I do agree. I think they're going to be fine. It's just, especially with, with that division. I mean, Jesus Christ. Like the Jaguars, boys. I told you guys before the season started. And also, I'm really sorry that I led you astray, Jacob, with that Monday night game. Wasn't even close,
Yeah,
obviously.
man, you really fucked me on that one.
Man, I'm sorry, but hey, to give me some defense here, that let's be honest, that is a game they could have randomly won for no reason they shouldn't have won.
Yeah,
we beat the Bills in the Urban Meyer era.
They only scored 10 fucking points.
Trust me, I know. I know.
It makes me wonder even more about Trevor Lawrence now because it's just so bad.
Look, I'm not sold on
him. Say this. Very, very, very true. But at the same time, though, you and I both know, like for example, on PTI, they were talking if this is it for Trevor Lawrence, if they need to change quarterbacks. It sucks because he came into a very, very crappy situation. He was dealt a crappy hand, and he has nothing right now to show for it, which sucks because the kid is talented. Like the kid is super talented, and he has won at every level that he's played at.
True.
He's still not yet to figure out how to win the NFL.
Man, it would be something if they put Mac Jones in and they started winning. Holy shit.
Don't say that. Hey, look, we just need to. I know he didn't pan out well, this past weekend, but just give me Minshew Mania back in Jacksonville. That's where it started. It's where it started, and just let it revive down in Duval County. He is the perfect fit for Florida.
The Raiders just crossed paths with the Red, Andy Dalton.
I know. So, boys, what does this mean for Bryce? Like, legitimately, what in your mind, just knee-jerk reaction, overreaction Tuesday, what does this mean for Bryce Young?
Honestly, the Raiders, who have some very talented defensive linemen, only managed to get a total of 2 sacks. So I don't think Bryce has any leg to stand on at this point, trade-wise. I really don't. He cannot say it was Carolina's fault because look at what Andy Dalton just did. And is more than likely going to continue doing.
Now, let's relax just a tad bit because it's only one game.
So you don't want to dive into overreaction Tuesday?
No, well, here's the thing. The reason I'm not going to overreact yet is for the simple fact is, what else should we expect from Andy Dalton? The dude is a veteran. The dude's been in the league forever. And you have basically a quarterback who is getting nothing done because, like, literally nothing around. Like, it was not working at all. It wasn't just Bryce Young that wasn't working. It was the defense that wasn't working very well either. We can't just all pin it on Bryce Young. But I will say this much. Bryce Young needs to be a backup quarterback. He needs to be one of those Jordan Love type quarterbacks where he needs to go back, be a backup somewhere, whether he stays in Carolina or they trade him. But if they do trade him, he has no trade say-so. He will have no say-so. It will be the owners who have the full say-so, whether or not they trade him or not, because he does not have a leg to stand on. That's how bad it is. As much, and here's the thing. Even when he was drafted that year, even other owners, other scouts, a lot of them are very skeptical of him going in the first round. And they took him in the very first overall pick, and they took him anyway. I'm just saying, like, as far as the whole general goes, they're stuck with him for now because he doesn't have a leg to stand on. So he needs to be a backup quarterback. He needs to learn how to run an NFL offense. He needs to learn that this is not college football anymore, regardless of how much the NFL, adapted to college offense and everything like that. This is still the NFL. Their reads are a lot different. The defenses are a lot different. Everything is completely different. And the only way he's going to be able to be an effective quarterback is learn or go home. That's the only 2 choices he has.
Biggest bust since Jamarcus Russell.
It's quite possible.
I don't see him ever getting the chance to start again.
Let me add a couple points to all these points that Ricky just made and what Jacob just said. So in terms of the bust comment, if it wasn't for the massive trade, I don't think it could be in the realm of Jamarcus Russell, but just a really bad bust, right? Like let's say if Carolina was just bad and they ended up with the first overall pick, yeah, one of the top busts of this current decade of the last 20 years, whatever, sure, can say that. As big as Jamarcus, I don't know. I feel like the trade, that's what makes it just add like this guy's like this is up there. You know what I mean? That alone is kind of my mindset. With what Ricky was saying, I thought about this since Sunday. Ricky, you said this last week that like you expect Andy Dalton to go out there and play well, and I agree with you. You do. My thing is, I just didn't expect him to play as well as he did. This looked like Cincinnati Andy Dalton. He didn't look like this in Chicago, right? Like,
he didn't look like this in Dallas either.
Like, it's just I expected him to be fine. Throw maybe a tud. Maybe one pick. 200 yards. Just kind of get the job done. Get some points on the board. Probably still lose. But look more efficient. Yeah, but bro, this looked like Cincinnati Pro Bowler Andy Dalton. Like, that's where I was just like, God bless. That's where I was shocked about it.
One game is all it took for him to be the leading passer for the Carolina Panthers.
See, that's wild.
Statistically.
That's wild. And with this trade value, bruh, Andy Dalton killed his trade value in one game.
Here is what I meant by the Jamarcus Russell comment.
Has to jump to see wide receivers.
At
Hey,
least
Kyler
with
can make
Jamarcus
it work.
Russell, people knew what they were getting. They knew they were getting a lazy quarterback who did not really care about the game of football. Bryce is trying his best, his absolute best.
Yeah.
That's why I think he's probably worse than Jamarcus Russell at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's trying his best and scoring 10 points a game, 3 points a game, overthrowing wide receivers, underthrowing wide receivers.
You know what's so sad?
He has no excuse.
You know what's so sad though, bro, is like end of last year, didn't Bryce play like really well the last couple games, put up like 350 yards again, one of his last like week 16 or 17? It's like, man, you come into the season with that level of momentum, and then what happens? Where to go?
Well, there's another.
Go ahead.
What I was going to say is there's another couple. There's 2 or 3 busts I can name off the top of my head that I would consider to be worse busts than Bryce Young at this point. Now, no, don't get me wrong. Their records were a lot better than the record he had last year as a starting quarterback. But Johnny Manziel,
True.
so much talent.
Yeah, but at least Manziel won games though.
Some.
And he was lazy. He didn't put work in.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like in general, there's a difference. And here's the thing: even though Johnny was with the Cleveland Browns, he still didn't put the work in. I mean, that's the one thing that you've mentioned a while ago is there's a difference between putting work in and just being flat out lazy. Let's just be honest. If you're the number 1 overall pick, would you have wanted to go to Carolina? Absolutely not. They're just so dysfunctional right now. They have been for years. I'm just saying, like in general, as far as the worst is Jamarcus Russell, there's an argument to be made. I'll give you that. As far as just like putting the work in and things like that, I don't see anybody as worse of a bust as Jamarcus Russell and than someone like Johnny Manziel.
Man, if Johnny would have went to a better place with a better head coach, a more
stern
head coach that set the law.
Yeah.
I think he would have been better off.
Yeah, he could have potentially been a superstar. Because, I mean, he really did have all the talent in the world. I don't think anyone can discredit him from that, you know. One of the most just strictly, like, just talented football players come out of college, you know, but he was just his own worst enemy. Yeah, and he admits that, you know, and he's done really well for himself in life now, you know, and reflects back on it and stuff. So shout out to Johnny Football for that. But, man, just so unfortunate. But definitely up there in the bus category.
Also, shout out to I'm just now seeing it. Andy Dalton plays Cincinnati this week.
Oh, really? Cincy and Carolina?
0-3 Cincinnati.
Yeah, 0-3 Cincinnati.
That's wild.
Talk about that shit.
Well, that's wild, bro. Like you guys,
teams in the NFL have a collective record of just 1 win.
Yeah, like dude. Some of these teams, it's just it's wild to see their records. Like I would not have expected the Ravens to be 0-2 going into that Cowboys game. I would not have expected the Bengals to be 0-3, and then you got the Steelers, who you know I think they're gonna have a winning record, but they're 3-0. Like, are you kidding me?
I think Fields finally found his place with Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin, quarterback genius, head coach. So
look, I'm hoping so badly that Fields keeps the job and just keeps running with it. You know,
same.
You know, Russ getting hurt, this was Fields' opportunity to get the job and not give it back. And I really, really hope that's going to be the case. But, like, dude, the Cincinnati thing, man, like, oh, my gosh. And it's like, you know, they played well on Monday. They did. I mean, Burrow played really well. You know, 29 for 38, 324, 3 tuds. Like, you know, they didn't play bad ball. You know what I mean? But, man, it's just like, what is up with this team right now? They just can't finish. They can't win. Jaden Daniels had his coming out party. Man. Like 21 for 23. Sheesh. 3 tuds total between rushing and passing.
I told y'all watch out for the Commanders. And y'all
Shut
laughed
up, Ricky.
at me. I just want y'all Y'all laughed at me when I picked the Commanders to win the division this year.
It's all right. We all have a
So
pick like that.
I'm going to keep silent until the end of the season. And if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm not, oh well, it's a terrible football show.
Well, see, and yeah, that's also just the fun part of all of our picks. 'Cause I feel like every single season, one of us will have some sort of prediction that no one else is on board with, but it just ends up being right. You know, like Jacob was on the Georgia Tech beating fuck Florida State super early. Ricky's over here calling the Commanders win the division, and I'm pretty sure I could be wrong. You guys would have freshmen, but again, I think I'm the only one out of all of you guys that said Jacksonville was going to be bad this year. So it's like we all always have something. You know, shout out to that. We're getting something right over here at a Terrible Football Show.
I got to put Ricky's
Jacksonville-
prediction down about the Commanders so that way everybody knows about it.
Yeah, true.
So the reason I gave Jacksonville the benefit of doubt wasn't just Trevor Lawrence, but it was also Doug Peterson.
I mean, and that's
You know,
fair.
I know last year was a pretty letdown year considering how well they did the year before, and I was like, maybe, just maybe, he will finally find that fire in him. But some reason it just has not happened. There's not a lot of things clicking with Jacksonville right now, and I hate to say this, but Peterson could be on the hot seat right now, and I hate that for him because I don't think it's all him.
Yeah.
Hey, Ricky, what was your exact, sorry, don't mean to interrupt. What was your exact prediction for the Commanders?
Wasn't it like 9-8? You had like 3 9-8s, didn't you?
Yeah, I had the Cowboys, the Commanders, Cowboys, and Eagles all finished at 9-8, with the Commanders winning the tiebreaker. And I'm starting to really regret saying that the Cowboys would squeak in. But I'm really starting to regret that. I should have just stuck with my guts and the Eagles. I think at this point we're gonna lose to the Giants, which is horrible.
Yeah, how are you guys feeling in Cowboys country?
We have a bunch of prima donnas and a lot of egos that are just flying all over the place right now.
That's the biggest issue. That is why he should have either not paid them or he should have paid them a lot sooner than what he did, because it's just so freaking bad right now in Dallas. And we're in panic mode right now.
Dude.
Cowboys fans everywhere. We're in panic mode right now.
How could we afford all of those players but not afford, how could we not afford $18 million for fucking Derrick Henry?
Yeah, that should have been because I can't remember if you were back or not at that time, Jacob, but I really vouched for them to get Derrick Henry. Because I'm like, why not get him? Because you're not gonna. It's not like you're losing anything. I was like, at least you're gonna get somebody to run the football, because we have nobody that can run the football. Zeke has been way past his prime. We should have never re-signed him. We lost quite a bit of our defensive starters from last year. I mean, it is just a cluster right now down in Dallas.
We should have never got rid of Tony Pollard.
I disagree. He wasn't the guy.
Yeah, he wasn't the guy, but he could have got the job done.
Deuce more than fucking 2 carries a game. Please feed Deuce.
The problem with Deuce is he's 4 foot nothing.
Man, you don't gotta put him on blast like that.
Listen, he's in the NFL living his dream.
Hold on. He is 1 inch shorter than me. He is 5'6".
Okay,
you're
I'm only
5'7".
5'10", but I'm just
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying in general. I'm a school teacher. I'm not gonna tell you my salary over the deal, but it's not what he's making. He's living the NFL dream. I'm just saying, you know, when you're 4 foot nothing playing a running back, it's tough. It really is, especially in the NFL. You can get away with it in college. You can't get away with that in the NFL. I hope that he is still my favorite draft pick from 2 years ago. He's still my favorite draft pick. I'm so stoked that we've got him. But like I said, like Jacob said, you got to give him more than 2 carries. The problem is we're relying more on Zeke, and Zeke sucks. Get rid of him.
Zeke
Also,
is terrible.
Prescott can't seem to find CeeDee Lamb wide open downfield multiple times.
Yeah, that's bad.
He checks down the Jake Ferguson. It's great. It's great.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with checking down to Jake Ferguson. He's the second greatest tight end next to Tucker Kraft.
I know, but when you pay CD #1 wide receiver money and he gets open downfield, pass him the damn ball. I know Dak has the arm and I know Dak has the accuracy.
I agree. I'm just stating facts on the great tight ends of our generation.
I want you to realize this, Ricky. I want you to realize this too, Alex. We paid a bunch of people a lot of money.
Yep.
And it's not going to pan out. And our cap space is going to get hit really fucking bad over the course of the next decade. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be so awesome to never win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and here's something else, Jacob. We're about to start all over again.
Yep.
If I looked at contracts correctly, Zach Martin's contract out after this year. He's probably going to end up retiring. Whether or not we pay, oh gosh, what's his name off the top of my head? Freaking.
We don't really need
Micah
to restart the
Parsons.
offensive line, though. Our offensive line's okay.
Problem is, we're about to lose a lot of them, Jacob. They're getting old.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
telling
scared.
you, we're about to lose a lot of them, either to free agency or retirement, one of the two.
You know something? I've done a lot of reflecting so far this year, and we're only into the 4th week of the fucking season.
I know.
I
It's
have
almost like-
never contemplated more on dropping my fanship than this season.
Brother, you preaching to the
Hang
choir.
on, man. Hang on, man. Hang on. Let's relax a little bit, okay? Before we drop fanship, because I'm there with you. But hey, I just want to say something, okay?
I'm not saying I'm going to.
Something that will make you feel better. I'm an Arkansas Razorback fan. We're used to being miserable.
Again, my teams in the NFL have a collective 1 win. Alex, you know that. You're right there with me, man.
I'm feel you, man. I just love picking bad teams to be my favorite teams in sports.
I love picking
Like,
what
if
are
you want-
supposed to be on paper great teams.
Like, if you want a further example that I love just picking bad teams to be my favorite teams, I dropped the current NBA champions, Boston Celtics, as my favorite team for the Orlando Magic. I know they made the playoffs a couple times recently, I think, but they're like bottom seed playoffs and still got their shit wrecked. They're not really a great team. So, like, bro, I love picking bad teams. So I feel you.
The thing with you though, you like Florida, like you like the state of Florida in general.
That's-
That's where you want to live one day.
No, honestly, like growing up, I never had a dedication to any city or state, whatever. So it's like, growing up, it was like Chicago for the NFL, Boston for the NBA, the Kings for hockey. Not a baseball fan at all. But if I had to pick a baseball team, it'd be Seattle for the pure meme that it was so damn funny to me that Nintendo was the primary owner at one point. So shout out to that.
I forgot about that. Speaking of Major League Baseball, the Chicago White Sox have to win 4 of their next 6 games just to tie the worst record in Major League Baseball history.
Really?
bad.
That's funny.
They're so bad.
No, like I just have, dude, I've never had an affiliation for, a state or a city until like I went to Orlando for the first time, and now I'm planning to move there. So yeah, it's just, I wouldn't even say the state of Florida. It's more so just Orlando. If it's something Orlando, I'm going to support it. I love that city. I can't wait for that to be my potential home one day. But no, man, it's just, I pick bad teams all the time. Go Bows, baby. Go Bows. We've got Miami. We got the Hurricanes finally, like, maybe getting the monkey off their back and really being a good team all year and not going to randomly drop games. And what did I do before the season started? Same thing Jacob did when he abandoned the NIU Huskies. He jumped to someone else. I'm just like, you know what? Go Bows. They're my team from now on. And then all of a sudden Miami's popping off. I'm like, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem.
It's what I've been thinking to myself.
So maybe if I stop being a Bears fan, they'll be good. Maybe I need to take one for the team. I'll come be a Cowboys fan. You want me to be a Cowboys fan with you guys?
I don't know if Shane can handle 3 Cowboys fans in here.
Facts. I don't know if Shane can handle that. I'll become a Cowboys fan and an Ohio State fan to make extra salt in the wound for Shane. OH.
We don't need to.
IO, baby.
Let's go.
We don't need. All right, one Ohio State fan is enough.
Ohio.
One
I'll
is
be an Ohio State fan for, as my number 1 team. My number 2 team will be Ricky, whatever team you hate the most, whether in the SEC. So there you go. I'll be an LSU fan.
I don't really hate LSU that much. Yeah, I do. I hate LSU.
You took that back so quickly.
Yeah. Oh, also, boys, shout out to the Rams. What a comeback on that, right? Like, what a comeback on that, dude. Like, even Sean McVay popped in. It's just like, oh, damn. Don't know if they'll
What's going
be able
on
to.
with the 49ers?
Oh yeah, I know.
Hurt.
That's a good question. What's going on with the 49ers?
Because they're 1-2 right now.
I know they're dealing with some major injuries though. You know, which
As per usual. They
Yeah.
do that every year.
yeah, like what are we doing over in San Francisco with like their medical teams and stuff? You know, like their training team. Like what are we doing? Like they deal with major injuries every single year. You know what I mean?
Right now, Deebo Samuel is doubtful for this coming week. Dre Greenlaw, Jason Hargrave, Christian McCaffrey, they're all out. George Kittle is still questionable for this coming week. I don't think he played the other day. They're saying Brock Purdy is questionable for this week. Ricky Pearsall, he's out. Let's see here. Ambry Thomas. I mean, they're hurt right now. That's the biggest thing. They are just beat up right now.
What's crazy is the fact that usually around this time it's San Francisco and also Baltimore that have a shit ton of injuries right
True.
now. But Baltimore's playing pretty healthy right now.
They are for once. Knock on wood. Hopefully that
Yeah.
continues. You know, don't want to
think
wish injury bugs.
I think the biggest issue right now with Baltimore, and I understand they kicked our butts the other day. I'm not, nothing to take
It was
away there,
close.
but they need to figure out how to balance Derrick Henry, the offense, and I think that's the biggest issue they have right now. Let me go back. Where was I a while ago? Trying to find it, and I can't find the dadgum thing. Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, also just to touch on this real quick while he's looking for whatever he's looking for. Dark day from the Miami Dolphins.
Big time.
Skylar Thompson has joined Devin Hester into the Pants Club. Very tragic. Very tragic. I feel bad for him. I'm assuming everyone else saw that beautifully shot photo, correct? Like
Yep.
that crisp 4K photo that
Yep.
photographer just happened to shoot at the right time.
Oh, this is what I was this was what I was trying to find. But Derrick Henry rushed for 151 yards the other day. That's great. He rushed for 130 combined the first two games. Like they got to figure out if they could keep that kind of balance with Derrick Henry, they're going to be fine. But if they don't find some kind of balance with him, it's going to get ugly.
Yeah, I think he's still in the position to take those level of runs that he does, but I do agree they need to have a little bit more balance because it's a long season. You know what I mean? It's like if you have him as fresh as possible come playoff time, boys, Baltimore Ravens going to the Super Bowl. We're going to win the Super Bowl. I'm just saying. No, obviously I'm not going to book that in, but it just helps their chances. You know what I mean? Like, you have him with fresh legs. So yeah, definitely need to balance that out a little bit for sure.
Speaking of Miami, odds are Tyler Huntley is going to get the start this week
I'm not surprised.
because Skyler got hurt in the game this last week, and
Yeah,
it's looking like it might be worse than it
his
originally was.
His pride was hurt with that photo.
Speaking of being wrong, Buffalo, my gosh.
Holy shit.
I thought I didn't expect them to be this. I didn't expect them to throw the ball. I didn't expect Josh Allen. I mean, I figured Josh Allen would still be good, but I didn't think they'd be this good. I didn't think they'd be 3-0 in their first 3 weeks.
It's like when I was talking to my temp boss about it, where it's just like this is going to be the year that we're going to potentially see Josh Allen if he can be the guy that elevates the talent around him, and he's not just a guy that's elevated because of the talent around him, right? And I think we're seeing that, because it's just like you lose your top 2 receivers with Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs, right? You still have some weapons there, but they're not like all-star weapons. Like I think we can all agree to that. So I think we're really starting to see that Josh Allen can be that guy to elevate the talent around him, which is great for Buffalo. And man, which is the way they're playing now, it's hard not to just go ahead and just buy into Buffalo still being that division winner. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I didn't expect them to play the level that they did. I mean, Monday night or really at all this season. I mean, they are playing lights out right now. Like, it's honestly really shocking to see.
They got 3 tough games coming up though in a row.
Yeah, this is going to be the
At
real test.
Baltimore, at Houston, at Jets. That's tough.
Yeah, this is going to be the real test. James Cook is playing. He's balling out. He's playing well, which is something that they've needed for years. Is a run game and really kind of driving home on that. So I mean, like these next 3 games, man. I mean, if Buffalo walks out with obviously all if they walk out with 3 wins, fantastic. If they walk out with at least 2, bruh. I mean, if you're a Bills fan, you got to be feeling good. You know what I mean? You got to be jumping through those tables with a lot of pride and feeling pretty good about where your team's at. Another team that I think people should feel pretty good about still, even though they've lost the game, is the Lions. I know it wasn't the prettiest win in the world, but I mean, I think the Cardinals have played pretty well so far, even though they're 1-2. I feel like their record really reflects what they can do, but the Lions are still playing pretty well. And then the Chiefs being 3-0 still. The Chiefs are doing their thing. Travis Kelce's been a non-factor this year. He's been getting triple teamed basically every damn game. But man, the Chiefs are playing well on that front as well. Chiefs and Lions both. They're both playing pretty well.
The only thing that scares me about the Lions is the injury bug is hitting them hard too.
Yeah, it is.
They have a ton of people on IR right now.
Mm-hmm. Also, boys, is the Baker MVP run, is it dead?
No.
Just a little stall out, get back on the train, keep going.
Pretty much. I think Denver has a pretty good defense this year.
Best corner in the league. Debatably.
Bo Nix, GOAT, future GOAT.
Future GOAT.
Calling it. Calling it.
Shane was here. Shane would be pretty pumped about that. Let's see.
It's crazy that Shane would be pretty pumped about that. I mean, Bo just does not fit Denver like he should. Bo is weird. Bo is a weird type of quarterback. He can run, but he chooses not to most of the time because he'd rather throw, which is fair. He's just, I don't know. So there's something about Bo that I like. And I didn't like Bo at Auburn, but I loved Bo at Oregon.
Mm-hmm. It's like when he got to Oregon, he became a completely different player.
Yeah.
I mean, and here's the kicker for Shane is that his 2 favorite teams combined have 4 wins right now, so you can't shout out to that, I guess.
Better than us, right?
Yeah, the Seahawks are undefeated right now.
Oh, all right, boys. So the last 2 games that we haven't really touched on, and one of them we kind of briefly touched on, and that is Steelers-Chargers. But the last game of NFL that we have not even touched on at all is Eagles-Saints. Any opinions on either of those?
Saints gave that game away.
True.
I'm so salty that the Giants gave Saquon to Philadelphia pretty much on a silver platter.
Facts, dude. Facts. Like, even though like the Eagles barely scraped out with a win, man, the one thing that's been consistent is just like, Saquon's been playing well pretty much every single game. You know what I mean? Even though he had a disastrous first play as an Eagle, but that was the field's fault, not his.
Also, another thing that makes me really salty is the fact that we could have gotten Dallas Goedert in the draft a few years ago.
Yep.
But we passed on him, even though he was named for the team.
Yep.
And he racked up 170 yards on 10 catches.
Yep. You guys were so close to getting him, and the Eagles said, no, we're going to swoop in, give you the middle finger, just like we gave you the middle finger by signing DeMarco, even though we never planned on using him.
Yeah.
We just didn't want you to have him.
Yeah. I hate being a Cowboys fan.
It's a rough life. I understand.
It is tough. It is tough.
So MVP asked in chat, mentioned that there's seems to be something going on between the Panthers owner and head coach. And it's like the Panthers head coach wants to develop Bryce, but the Panthers owner wants to trade Bryce away. What's your thoughts on that? I don't know. I kind of feel like the roles might be reversed on that. I feel like it's more so. I feel like the owner already wants to trade away Bryce, even though he picked him, just because the owner's the most impatient son of a bitch on this planet. I don't know what's going on over there in Carolina. Obviously, they had a great game. They came out, they played to a level that none of us expected them to play. But look, I'll say it up front, and I'm sure if Shane's friend Iggy was here, he would agree. Carolina will never be a factor as long as David Tepper is the owner. This game does not change that at all. I'm just saying it as it is. This game does not change or give any confidence in Carolina as an organization. It just doesn't.
Carolina winning the division.
No, relax.
Yeah, no.
Relax.
No.
Jesus Christ. What are we doing? What are we even talking about?
No.
Could you imagine the year the Commanders win the NFC East, the Carolina Panthers win their division? Could you imagine?
Right. Rather not. Just imagine, dude. Yeah, seriously, though, just imagine the Carolina Panthers, led by Andy Dalton, makes it to the playoffs. The Minnesota Vikings, led by Sam Darnold, makes the playoffs. Like, what are we doing? What's happening? Oh my God! What
a weird year. This feels like
Yeah.
a transition year in the NFL.
Kind of does, yeah. A lot of weird things happening right now.
Expected weird things to happen last year, and we did see some weird things last year, but I really did not think I thought this year looked more straightforward than it has in a very long time. College football, it's college football, but as far as the NFL goes, yeah, it's a weird season so far.
Right. Speaking of college, let's jump over to college after we give a shout out to Rogue Energy. You can use the referral link down below, promo code Sparky3 to get 10% off your order, whether if you're picking up the hydration line, the chill line, or the energy line, whether it's the cans or the powder. They're all fantastic. For the cans, Black Cherry Lemonade is incredible. For the powder, you can go Rocket Pop, Strawberry Kiwi, Grape Popsicle, or some of my personal recommendations. And the hydration line, that Dragon Fruit Mango, is delectable. And just for the record, the chill line does actually work. It's a wonderful beverage to have after a long day. And if they have a better sale going on, that's fine. You don't have to use our promo code, but if you use the referral link, you're still going to help the brand. Thank you so much. Look at that. We actually got a sponsor shout out in the show, in the middle of the show. And I got no script in front of me. I'm going right off the dome for this. I'm remembering stuff today, boys. It's a good day. It's a good day.
It's about time.
Bro, I'm saying. I am so damn forgetful.
Speaking of weird football season, my Razorbacks are 3-1 right now.
Yeah, who would have thought that?
I know, right?
I know, seriously, who would have thought that? Like, what are we?
That's what
I mean,
it's like, what are we doing here? This is terrible.
Before you popped in, that's what I was talking to Jacob about with Miami. It's just like, they actually look legit, right? Like, they actually look like the team. And, Jacob pinpointed in his opinion 3 potential losses. And I've made sure. I was like, well, throw Florida State in there. He's like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know, man. I've been in an abusive relationship. That's a game that we can lose. Like, I'm just saying. Miami can look incredible and still lose that damn game.
I don't know if it's that bad, dude. Florida State's pretty bad.
Dude, they finally won a game. So unfortunately, the Florida State's national holiday has now ended temporarily. But that's not even a game you can be really proud of. You barely beat a crappy Cal team. It was Cal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you barely beat a crappy Cal team. Like you still looked awful. And it's like what I said in our Discord. Shout out to the Discord. You should join and come chat with us. It's like, bruh, why have they not pulled DJ at that point? Is he legitimately your best chance to win that you got to keep him in? There's no one else that you can plug in and play. Like, I know they still won the game, but damn, DJ looks awful. Like, I don't know. But even though that is the case and Florida State looks that damn bad and Miami looks that damn good, I'm telling you, that's still a game Miami can lose. God, I hope that's not the case, though. All right, where do we want to start with some college boys? Obviously, we've already kind of jumped into the conversation. What stuck out to you the most this weekend? Jacob, what stuck the most out to you this weekend?
The Fighting Illini are here to fight.
Ooh.
I don't know if you guys caught any of that game at all.
I did not know.
But Illinois is 4-0 for the first time in quite some time.
Yeah.
Quite some time.
I was officiating a football game that night, so there was no way I could have watched it, but I did see the ending of it. That was pretty wild.
I think this might be one of my favorite games of the season right now so far. Just based upon how back and forth it truly was. This was a dogfight and a half. Like, these are two teams that are barely in the top 25 fighting to get and stay into that top 25.
Right.
And they fought hard. Both of them did. Both the quarterbacks, phenomenal play from both of them, aside from Raiola's one interception, which ultimately that's what cost them, was that one singular interception. But I like Illinois' chance to maybe squeak in somewhere.
So they're going to beat Penn State?
I think they could. It's going to be at Penn State, though, and it's going to be a night game, and I think it's more than likely going to be a whiteout, so we'll see.
Oh, in that case, no. Penn State's going to win.
Yeah, the
We'll
one
see.
thing
I
with
mean,
Brett Bielema
they play at Penn State. They also are home against Michigan later on down the road, and they're at Oregon at some point, too. So it's going to be a tough uphill battle, but I see them being 9-3.
Yeah, and this would be big for Brett Bielema. That he hasn't really had a good, solid ball team in quite some time. He really didn't have. He had the talent at Arkansas, but they just didn't have an overall team when he was down here at Arkansas. And he had those good years of Wisconsin. Makes me wonder why he left Wisconsin, but I also understood why at the time. And so, good for him. I'm not going to say that they're going to beat Penn State, Michigan, or anything like that, but I could see them going 9-3, like Jacob was saying.
I could see that.
Don't knock on Nebraska. Nebraska's here to stay as well.
True.
Again, tough,
Yes,
hard
they
fought
are.
game. It just sucks that they also go to Ohio State later on in the season, and then later on in the season they also go to USC. So, which, speaking of, how the fuck did USC lose to Michigan?
Yo, right?
Pick six. The pick six cost them.
Oh my God. Hey,
I was so hoping to see Michigan out of the top 25 this week.
Yeah,
So-
I can agree to that sentiment. I do want to add on something because it popped in my brain. I got to tell you guys this. I'm sorry. A little bit of a derail. Ricky said pick six. So I played Shane last night in our college football dynasty. Dude, I feel so bad for Shane.
I saw the score.
Yeah. Okay. Did you only look at the score? Or is that as far as you went?
I looked at the box score.
So you saw the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
All right. I got 2 pick sixes on him in the fourth quarter. One of them was by my defensive tackle. My defensive tackle got a pick six on Shane, and then I got a 100-yard pick six.
What was the final score?
35-14, I think.
Yep.
I'm sorry,
Jeez.
Shane. I'm sorry, buddy. Anyway, let's continue.
You gotta put him on blast like that, man.
It's Ricky's fault. He said pick six, and it reminded me. I mean, bro, you don't get a pick six with a defensive tackle very often. That was awesome.
I'll take the blame. I'll take the blame.
That's like, what's his name from the old New England nose tackle?
Oh, Vince Wilfork.
Yes, when
Yep.
he got
Yep.
interception.
Legendary.
Don't worry, Shane. I'll get some redemption when me and Alex play our game.
You are not going to get a defensive lineman pick six on me, but you will get a pick on me.
No, I will get some redemption. Our game is to basically determine who's going to win the conference and subsequently, more than likely, go to the college football playoffs.
I'm going to rig it where you can't.
What do you mean?
I'm just going to force a bunch of wins for the other teams.
Don't you dare.
I'll take away your commissioner status so you can't do a damn thing about it and just go force a bunch of wins for CPU teams.
Listen. I'm the defending conference champion.
Yeah, that's about to change. Yeah,
You
you got
think so?
you got to sleep at some point, buddy. I'll jump on there and I'll force some losses for you and just start advancing.
Well, boys, I think it's safe to say, with about me forking over a lot of money to get my wife's car fixed, I think it's safe to say no PS5 for a very, very long time.
Yeah, you better just hope for a good sell there, buddy.
You want to buy mine?
No.
Yeah, as if all you do is play college football these days. Anyway,
Hey, NCAA 14's doing pretty good for me right now.
hey, you can't go wrong, buddy. You can't go wrong.
I'm just saying, it's definitely not going for me. But hey, Vanderbilt Commodores, y'all, they kill me. They almost pulled it off, man.
I was just about to shout that out, bro.
Oh,
Are you more worried about
Vanderbilt
Missouri there, or is it just Vandy just being a team that's pretty solid? Like, what's the opinion on that?
I think it's a little bit of both. But I also don't. I think this was just one of those crummy games for Missouri. You know what happens. I don't. I like. But then again, I didn't expect them to run the table like they did last year. So like I said, we'll see. The other two things that I will shout out before we move on, Appalachian State sucks, y'all.
Bruh, what
Appalachian
happened?
State has got to be one of the worst teams in college football right now. They are so bad, it's not even funny. And shout out to James Madison scoring 50 points, over 50 points in the first half against North Carolina.
Yeah, dude,
That
what
game was
happened?
crazy.
What happened there? Oh my
That
god,
game was stupid insane.
dude! Like, what the hell happened?
No defenses
Bryant
at
calling-
all.
I'm in Bryant calling Pee Wee football games. And right about halftime, I can't remember which game it was. I looked at my phone and it was Brad. He was messaging me on Messenger. He goes, "You're not gonna believe this, but James Madison has 50 points on North Carolina at the half." I'm like, "What is going on?" It's like that is insane.
5 turnovers. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But James Madison also does not have a defense, so North Carolina was still able to score 50 points.
I wish my Vanderbilt Commodores would have pulled that off. That would have been nice. Oh, that'd have been nice.
Hey, Ricky, what was the biggest shocking moment to you from this past weekend of college? Was it just Vandy? Was it the James Madison thing? Like, what was the biggest shocking point for you?
I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm not being biased when I say this.
Okay.
Biggest shock to me was Arkansas going down to Auburn and beating Auburn at Auburn. We have not done that in forever. That is legit road win. I know Auburn's not as good as what they have been. I know they also lost to Cal, who's a terrible football team. But Hugh Freeze world down there, that seat's getting cold now because he's not really doing much down there. They're not really very optimistic about what's going on. There were several turnovers in that game. By both quarterbacks. It was unbelievable in how bad it was offensively. But defensively, I thought we looked pretty good. But Auburn is usually our kryptonite. I mean, even when we've had good teams, usually Auburn is one of those games, kind of like how Florida State is with Miami. If we're really good and they're really bad, chances are we're going to lose that game. And it's been a while since we beat Auburn, so I'm definitely going to. Tip my hat off to that. The only other thing, and I'm trying to see if it might have been last weekend. Of course, shout out to Boston College for squeaking by against Michigan State. Yeah, that was it. And then, of course, we already mentioned USC and Michigan.
Hey, shout out to Washington State being 4-0.
Yo, right? Washington State's balling right now, bro.
Yes, they are.
Did you guys see that the Pac is suing the Mountain West?
They're countersuing.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah, what was the full details on that? What's happening now? I just saw like
They're
the
just
push notification.
they're just countersuing because they don't feel as though they have poached teams. Basically, but they have. They legitimately have poached teams when there was an agreement for the Mountain West and Pac-12 not to do that.
Oh yeah, no. Like what are we even talking about here?
I don't know why they're countersuing. They don't really have a leg to stand on other than just saying, "Hey, we're countersuing because we can."
Right. And it's something I really don't understand is why the Mountain West teams would want to leave for the Pac-12, knowing it's not the same Pac-12. It's not even close. It's still not going to be close.
Because if the Pac-12 rebuilds, they're more than likely going to get a playoff berth.
Yeah, but not with those teams.
I mean, if you add in a couple more competitive teams, I could very well see it being a competitive league or a conference. And still,
Who are they going to add though?
UNLV is supposed to be one team that might join. Memphis already said they're not joining this year.
I think Tulane said that too, didn't they?
Yeah, but I think it's
Yeah,
just
those are
because
the
it's not the
Americans.
right year for them. I almost guarantee you it'll be within the next few years that Memphis and Tulane join, though.
There was a third
Yeah,
team
but
from the
even
AAC,
then-
but who was it? Is it UTSA? Was that the other one that was in conversation?
Yeah.
Even though they're not that great. They were okay with Agent Zero, Frank Harris, but that was it.
They did just add Gonzaga. Obviously not for football, but they did for basketball.
Right, yeah.
Which is huge.
Yeah, no, yeah, they're gonna fucking eat with the pack. Gonzaga is. I mean, that's huge on the basketball front.
Just don't think there's enough teams, power teams, that would be willing to move for them to get a playoff berth. I think they're going to be another mid-major conference.
See, that's kind of
Well,
my
they have to
mindset.
get to at least 8 in order to stay as a conference. So,
Well, with the way they're going now, they can't get UNLV. That's not possible because they don't have state in their name. You got to have state in the name to join that conference.
Yeah.
So what?
UNLVS.
Yeah. If University, Nevada State, Las Vegas, if they want to add that state in the name, they can join the pack. That's the one rule. I think the other one was Utah State, though, wasn't it? Utah State
That's a
was
good
in
game.
conversation.
Yeah, Utah State is in conversation.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I'd stay where I'm at.
Facts. And then it's the question is, are you going to reach down to FCS level and try to pull someone up for like the Mountain West or something?
Somebody said the Pac or Mountain West could go with Sacramento State.
See, I think some teams like Sacramento State, UC Davis, and stuff, I think they could be in conversation for the Mountain West. I know everyone wants to immediately go the 2 Dakotas, but I'm telling you, like, I don't think that's going to happen. I think
I don't think either of them go.
it's not even just because of what they're doing on the FCS, and they just kind of want to keep rocking what they're doing. I think it's a logistics thing, legitimately. Like, I'm keeping it a buck. There's just not really an easy way to get in and out there for college athletics, especially for across the board, because that's the one thing that, like, you know, we all got to remember when it comes to all these moves that are happening is that this isn't just about football. This is about every form of athletics, you know. Unless you just have football only members, which obviously is very possible. Hawaii's a football only member for the Mountain West. You know, Notre Dame is independent in football, but they're part of I think they're part of the ACC and everything else, aren't they?
They're part of the Big Ten. And
Really? I thought it
basketball.
was the ACC.
They're part of the Big Ten in some sport.
Yeah, so like it doesn't have to be all athletics, but usually it is. They all just come as one lump sum party. But no,
I wish that Notre Dame would have joined the Big Ten, by the way. I
It just makes
wish they would have
sense.
instead of USC and UCLA. I wish it was Notre Dame and West Virginia.
Man, West Virginia needs to get out of the Big 12. The West Virginia needs to go ACC. That's my opinion.
I could see it. I could very well see it. And I understand why that the Big Ten doesn't really want Notre Dame is because we already have a shit ton of Illinois teams anyways. So
You get 2.
that's a lot.
You get 2.
That's a lot.
You get 2.
The only other state that we have 2 in is Michigan.
Yeah, it's not that much.
Oh, and no, we have 3 in Illinois,
Who?
right?
Northwestern Illinois. That's it.
Or no, wait, Purdue's Indiana.
Yeah, Purdue's Indiana. Yeah.
Why can't you
Wait,
get
hold
that?
on. Notre Dame is Indiana.
Huh?
Notre Dame's Indiana, isn't it?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's Indiana. Hold on.
I don't know. Did my whole
Argument
get
null and
thrown
void.
out the window?
You are absolutely killing me. University of Notre Dame is in Indiana, by the way.
All right, there you go.
All right, so we could add them then. Cool.
Yeah, there we go. Your argument's gone. Man, talk about brain farts across the board right here.
telling you, man.
We won't talk about that. What we should talk
I'm
about
gonna
is
clip
that
it.
Mountain West should get Idaho.
I was just about to say that too.
Man, I love the Vandals, bro. Like, I love what they're cooking. But I don't know if I want to see them come back up to FBS, man. Let them stay at FCS and just cook forever. You know what I mean? I don't know if I want to see them come back. Let them do their thing, man. They're having a blast now.
They are having a blast, but they make the most sense for the Mountain West to backfill with.
I mean, yeah, they were once part of the Mountain West, I'm pretty sure. Or when it was the WAC.
Yeah, it was the WAC.
Shout out to the WAC.
Bring it
Rest
back.
in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace
Bring
to the
that
WAC.
back. Bring back the Big East.
Rest in peace, the WAC and the Big East, baby.
I would agree with the Big East. The WAC can stay dead.
Wow. The WAC was some of the golden years for Hawaii, man. Come on. That's when we went to the Sugar Bowl and got destroyed by Georgia. Also, shout out to the very short-lived party of NIU, beat Notre Dame and then turned around and lost to my Buffalo Bulls. Sorry, Jacob.
Does this mean Buffalo's ranked now?
Like it is in our dynasty, even though I should not be ranked.
Dude, that pissed me off so much. So much. I am 13 in a country in a fucking AP pool. And I'm below you in the college football playoff pool.
Sorry, man. I don't know why. I don't know why.
I don't understand.
I don't understand how Boise State is ranked right now.
Wait, they're ranked? Oh, yeah, they're like 25th, aren't they?
They are ranked.
But Washington State's undefeated. Put them in there. UNLV right now is way better than Boise State. So is Boston College.
I still don't think Texas A&M should even be in the top 25. They barely beat a Boston College team at home.
Bowling Green, but anyway.
I think Kansas State should.
I don't think Kansas State should be ranked either.
Yeah, they should have just dropped out. Like, I don't think they should have dropped very far. Like maybe like 26, 27, but they should at least be out of the top 25.
Yeah, they dropped 10 spots.
Yeah,
Washington State and Indiana should be in the top 25.
Yeah.
UNLV has a case too.
At least UNLV is ranked in the coaches, though.
I think the biggest thing right now going for Kansas State is that they still have that win over Arizona, which was a home, and Arizona was ranked at the time. And then when they went to Tulane and beat Tulane at Tulane, I think those are the two wins right now that are holding Kansas State in the top 25 right now.
Shout out to Navy having one AP vote.
Yeah, I saw that. Arkansas's got 3.
Let's shout out there.
I don't think Nebraska should have fallen as much as they did.
They just don't have like a quality win like right now as far as like.
Yeah, they dropped to 31 though.
Yeah, that's disrespectful. They're below Pittsburgh. That's horrible. Shout out to Harding. Harding's 3-0. Dude, guys, I watched highlights of Harding and UAM, University of Arkansas Monticello. Harding is, oh my gosh, dude, freaking option is just killing teams right now.
Central Missouri has struggled so far this year. They're 2-1, ranked 12th in the nation, but they have had some fights so far.
Can you guys explain to me why Missouri only dropped 4 points or four spots
in the AP?
Yeah,
because they were ranked so high preseason. That's the only reason why.
That'd be my guess too. Yeah,
but they barely beat Vanderbilt.
Hey, you watch your mouth with my Commodores now.
No, you know.
Sounds
no
like
beef,
disrespect.
No
Sounds
it's
like
just
beef.
Vandy.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Barely beating Vanderbilt. That is tough. They did shout out Buffalo, who just beat Northern Illinois, and they were really high on Northern Illinois. And then, of course, that real close win against Boston College, I think, is the only thing that's really holding them, as far as up there right now. And then you also have to put in the consideration they're still unbeaten, even though. And the biggest thing is they were so far up. We're so far up at one point, and then of course you can't really. I think Michigan and USC are both better teams right now. You can't. I don't think they're a better team than LSU right now. Louisville, yeah, I can see Louisville being a better team right now.
Clemson is pretty good so far this year. It's kind of shocking to me because I didn't expect Louisville to be as good this year.
And then you still have Iowa State undefeated. You still have Illinois that's undefeated. They're right below them, and of course BYU. They're also undefeated after putting a whopping on Kansas State. That's just man.
Who does BYU play the rest of the year? Do they play any more unranked teams? They do. They play Oklahoma State and Utah this year.
And, Oklahoma State's a home game, and they go to Utah. So yeah, there's gonna be two big games. They got Baylor this week, and they're at Baylor, and Baylor dropped a close one to Colorado. But I think Baylor's gonna give them a game. I don't think they'll. I think BYU should win that game.
Well, and as of right now, they will play also an undefeated UCF team.
I didn't realize UCF was still undefeated. They suck.
But they were playing so well. They played well.
I had no expectation. I had Houston winning maybe I think
one
game this
beat
year.
Oklahoma at Oklahoma.
Yeah. Yep. Sucks to suck.
Also, I think Oklahoma is a pretty shitty team this year. They are a really shitty team in disguise right now.
Facts.
They just got punched in the mouth. You got to remember though, Kentucky almost beat Georgia at Georgia. It's teams will play down their level all the time. It happens.
I think Oklahoma's going to lose a lot of games this year. Obviously they face Texas, they face Ole Miss, they face Missouri, they face Alabama, they face LSU.
I think everything that you just said for Oklahoma is all potential losses, like all losses.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think those are all losses. I don't think they're even potential. I think they are definitive losses.
Missouri might be the one I could give.
I don't know. LSU. I think they'll be.
Yeah, LSU is kind of in a weird spot right now too, so I could see that.
Oh goodness.
Let's see. Any other games that you guys want to chat about? Or are you guys ready to get some picks?
No games. Do you guys think anybody from the Big 12 is going to make it to the playoffs? Like outside of the main team? You think they're just going to have one team this year?
Probably just going to be the conference winner. Yeah, and if anyone else got in, I think that's a disgrace, right? Like, I don't think anyone else deserves to be in besides the conference winner, and even the conference winner, I can debate as I don't think needs to be in, but is what it is. So, no.
You know who's at the top of the Big 12 right now?
Who was it?
It's BYU.
Yeah, that tells you everything you need to know. I mean, what are we doing?
But Utah is still ranked. They're undefeated and they're ranked 10 right now. The only reason why BYU has the tiebreaker is because they have more points.
Let's not overreact.
It's Tuesday. We got to overreact.
They barely beat SMU. They beat Wyoming by 20. Wyoming is terrible this year. I don't understand what the heck is going on with the Wyoming Cowboys. Oh, goodness gracious.
It's what happens to them every single year. They need to get relegated down.
Oh, Tyler! Yep. Only if Tyler was here to defend this.
Go to the FCS.
I don't think he would be able to defend it.
I don't think he would. All right, boys. I'm feeling pick time. You want to get the picks?
Let's get the picks.
Let's do it.
All right, we'll start
NFL first.
NFL first. All right, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I think we did college last week first, right?
Yeah. All right, hold on. Let me get to my dashboard. Let me get this thing going here.
Oh no, we face New Jersey this week. The Giants.
All right.
We're about to get embarrassed again.
All right. You guys ready to start going through the picks?
Yeah.
All right. Thursday night football, Dallas and the Giants. How we feeling, boys?
I'm going Giants.
Okay.
It's at MetLife, and it's a Thursday night game. We suck in prime time.
I'm going to go Dallas with the bounce back.
I don't think we suck that bad, Jacob. I'm going Dallas.
All right, next up, Pittsburgh at Indianapolis. Give me Justin Fields and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Same, but I would not be surprised if this is a bounce back game for Indy.
I agree.
I'm going to pick Indianapolis. I don't think Pittsburgh's streak's going to continue. I think Indianapolis is going to end it.
Minnesota and the Packers. Give me MVP Darnold.
Same.
That's if he plays, which I think you will. And so, but yeah, I'll stick with Minnesota as well.
That defense is so damn good, guys.
Well, Who is the Vikings' third string quarterback?
Great question. I have no clue.
Nick Mullins.
They'll be fine.
Oh yeah. No, they won't.
Man, they
They'll be
still
fine.
have. I didn't think Brett Ripien was still in the league.
They'll be fine. All right, next one. I mean, what do you want me to say? Jaguars, Houston. Give me Houston.
Do you think this could be a trap game though?
Absolutely. Look, Jacksonville can 100% randomly win any single game they do. They 100%.
Houston's not been able to have a running game, so I think it could be a trap game. But I'm still going Houston. But
I'm going
just to
Houston.
put that in your ear there.
Yeah. I'm going Houston.
I'm going Jacksonville.
All right, respect.
All right,
Saints and Falcons. I'm torn on this one. I'll be honest with you.
give me the Saints.
Okay.
Saints are winning that division.
I wish Atlanta would have pulled that upset off the other day. New Orleans looks really, really good right now. I'm also going to take the Saints.
Give me the Falcons at home.
Respect.
Rams
right.
and the Bears. Torn on this
I
one.
think Chicago wins. Yeah, I'm gonna take Chicago. I just I know the Rams had that big win against the 49ers, but I think Chicago. I think if Chicago, if they got to figure things out, and I think this is a game for them to figure it out. And the Rams defense is not that great, so I will pick Chicago.
Give me the Bears. Jacob, who'd you pick? I didn't hear you.
Oh, I picked the Rams.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Eagles and the Bucks.
Ooh, I'm torn on this one too.
Yeah, this one's a.
Give me the Bucks and a bounce back.
Why do I think this one's going to be a decently low scoring game?
Just like Philadelphia and the Saints were as well.
Basically.
Yeah. Give me Tampa Bay.
Screw it. I'll take Tampa Bay too.
Cincinnati and Carolina. I never thought I'd be picking them, but give me the Panthers with the former Cincinnati Bengal, Andy Dalton.
Really?
Give me the Panthers.
I'm going to pick the Bengals just on the hope that they bounce back this week and that there's no defensive PIs at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Cincinnati as well. Carolina's defense sucks. They're terrible. I mean, I know they had a big win, but they had to score 36 points to win. I don't think they're gonna score 36 points against Cincinnati. As much as I love Andy Dalton, I'm gonna take Cincinnati.
Okay. Denver and the Jets. Give me the Jets.
Yeah, same. I'll also take the Jets.
How many perks is Aaron going to be on? If it's more than 2, I'm taking the Jets. Give me the Jets because I think it'll be more than 2.
Washington and Arizona.
Give me the Commanders. 3-1, baby. Let's go.
You're a Cowboys
Yeah.
fan. Stop celebrating this.
I'll take the Commanders as well.
Give me Arizona. New England and San Fran. Give me San Fran.
Same.
Yeah, San Fran should win this game.
Cleveland and Vegas. Give me the Browns.
Give me Vegas.
I'm also taking Vegas. Minshew Mania.
All right, give me Vegas.
There you go. Easy.
All you do is say Minshew Mania, and I go starry-eyed, man. I'm locked in. Kansas City and the Chargers. Give me Kansas City.
Kansas City usually splits with LA, I'm pretty sure. So give me LA.
I think they swept them the last couple of years.
Have they?
I think so. I know they didn't lose to them. Well, they may have lost to them last year, and they were terrible
Okay.
last year.
Jim Harbaugh will make everybody pick his nose for him, so he'll be good to go.
Kansas
Buffalo,
City's bound to lose sometime. Kansas City is bound to lose
Yeah,
sometime.
they
I'm
are.
also going to take the Chargers.
Buffalo and Baltimore. Give me the Bills.
Yeah.
I feel this is
give
a
me
trap
Buffalo.
game.
I think it is too, but
Yeah,
after
Baltimore home,
Baltimore let us score so many points to, because we were, only 3 points. We only had 3 points. I don't think Baltimore's
Yeah.
defense is good, so I'm taking Buffalo on this one.
I'll take Buffalo as well. They've just been the more consistent team.
What's up with these random back-to-back weeks of 2 games on Monday night that wasn't week 1? Like, what's going on here?
They do this time to time.
I don't ever remember there being 2 Monday night games besides kickoff week.
Oh yeah.
No, they do
yeah,
it multiple times a year, but
What
I don't
bullshit?
think they've ever done it this early in the season.
All right. Tennessee and Miami. This is a game for Monday Night Football.
This should be our terrible game of the week right here.
Right. The real question is,
Tennessee.
are we going to get 3 weeks in a row of Will Levis just having like hilarious meme-worthy photos being taken? That's going to be the ultimate question.
Have you guys seen his Mayo commercial yet?
I have not. No, I need to.
I'll have to link it. I'll have to link it.
Give me Miami.
I'm also taking Miami.
All right, Seattle and Detroit. Give me the Lions.
Give me Seattle.
3-0 Seattle goes to 3-1. Give me
go.
Detroit.
Here we go.
Just in Seattle. If this was in Seattle, I would be very, very tempted to pick Seattle.
I only pick Seattle because, again, the injury bug is riddling the Lions right now.
That's fair.
All right, boys, let's get to college.
Who the fuck put this one on here?
Which one?
The first one. Who put Washington at Rutgers?
Ricky, was that you? I think that was Ricky.
I think it was. It may have been me. I don't remember.
I think that was Ricky. Yeah, it was. That was Ricky. Blame him.
Why is this game even worthy of being called?
Because it is, man. Because Rutgers is about to run wild on those Huskies. Give me Rutgers.
Wow.
Holy shit. I mean, Rutgers is undefeated right now, surprising enough.
You know what? Give me
I'm just
Rutgers.
saying.
The Scarlet
Right.
Knights at home.
We'll sweep it. Give me Rutgers too. Fuck it.
Here we go. Here we
Yes.
go.
That's,
All right, next up, we got some Ivy League play here. We got Harvard and Brown, both 1-0 right now. Give me Harvard.
yeah, this was a Tyler game, 100%.
Oh, it was.
Oh, God.
Going Harvard.
3 for 3 with Harvard. Lord have mercy, I swear.
Kentucky and Ole Miss. Give me Ole Miss.
Is this a trap game? You think Kentucky can finally pull off an upset?
Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think so because I think Ole Miss is way better than Georgia.
I
Shout
don't know
out to Chad
about
in the
way
chat.
better, but I will say that Ole Miss is going to beat Kentucky though.
All right, next Buffalo at UConn. Give me the Bulls.
Who in the hell put this game on here?
I think that was a Tyler one.
I think it was.
This is going to be a massacre
No,
blowout.
it wasn't.
Connecticut has no chance.
Who put this one in? This one might have been me. No, this was Shane. This was Shane's
course he-
pick.
Okay,
This was Shane's pick
Shane
for
put
terrible
this in here
game of the
because
week.
Buffalo beat his ass in college football 25.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Give me the Bulls.
Ah, yes.
Let's see. South Florida, Tulane.
This is a toss-up.
Right.
This one is a toss-up. South Florida played real. I thought South Florida played well considering last week. Oh,
They just
God.
didn't have the depth last week.
That's the problem. I think they'll have the depth this week. I think bounce back, South Florida.
I'll take Tulane.
Give me the green wave. All right, next up, Arkansas and Texas A&M.
Right. Why do we have to put Arkansas games on here every
Give me the
single
Razorbacks.
week? Can we... What?
Whoa. Whoa.
Hang on. Stop. Hang on.
Holy
This is a
shit.
first. This is a first. I've got to frame this moment, man.
Oh my God.
He's never. I have been on this. This is my 3rd year on the show, and not once has Jacob ever picked the Razorbacks. Ever.
You know,
This is
it
the-
just so happens that I hate Texas A&M with a burning passion, and that they do not deserve to ever be ranked because they're never good. And Arkansas is
the
actually
only-
surprising me this year.
I'm going to
You know, it's
continue
it's
the
bec-
meme, and I'm going Texas A&M. I will not pick Arkansas.
That's because we're not. We'll talk after the show. Anyways, so as much as I want to agree with you, this game is going to be very, very tough. It's a neutral site game. It's finally the last one of the 10-year contract that we've had down in Dallas. I never thought it would come to an end. And Texas A&M has had our number down there just about every single. I think we've beat them twice since we've been in there. As much as I want to agree with you, I think Texas A&M is going to find a way to win this game. And this is a tough stretch for Arkansas because we have Texas A&M. There's 2 other ranked teams we play after this. So yeah, it's going to be a tough stretch. I hope you're right, but I'm picking Texas A&M.
If I am right, I will buy a Razorback hat.
I'll even buy it for you.
Wow.
Okay.
You just send me your address and I'll send it to you all the way up there in Ohio.
Understood. Heard.
Oh, wow. All right. Next up, Oklahoma at Auburn. Give me Auburn.
Really?
Yep.
You're picking
I'm
Auburn to
picking
beat
Auburn as
Oklahoma?
well.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow! Goodness
Yep.
gracious!
Come on,
I'm
Ricky.
going Oklahoma. I think you guys are nuts.
Oh, my God. All right. Next up, Colorado at UCF. Give me UCF at home.
Same.
Yep, 3 for 3.
Colorado's celebrating like they won the Natty just because they beat a terrible Baylor team.
I will say the end of that game was wild, though.
It was a really
Dude,
good game.
What
but
the hell?
It's Baylor.
Yeah, I know, but man, what a wild ending. Jesus Christ. All right, next up, Oklahoma State and Kansas State. What feels like the battle of the mids after how last week went for Kansas State and how Oklahoma State's been so far. Feels like a weird game. Give me the Cowboys.
Same.
I'm taking Kansas State.
Illinois and Penn State. Calling the upset?
Hold on. I'm checking to see if it's going to be a whiteout.
All right.
The one thing that scares me about this game is Penn State does have a pretty good defense. Their offense isn't that great. And they scored 50 cents against Kent State, but Kent State is technically the worst team in the FBS right now. To be honest.
Penn State head coach James Franklin asked fans to pack their home stadium and most importantly bring quote unquote whiteout energy.
Penn State.
Yeah, all right,
Yep.
Penn State. That's just a different game, bro. All right, Cincinnati, Texas Tech.
Give me Cincy.
Give me Cincy as well.
How in the world Cincinnati 3-0 already? Like I didn't even think they'd win 3 games all year. This is absolutely terrible. I'll take Cincinnati.
All right, bet. Texas State, Sam Houston State.
Give me Sam Houston State.
This one's tough. This one's tough.
Sam Houston State's been playing very well this year. Texas State has been playing pretty well as well, but isn't Texas State, didn't they lose one?
Yeah, they lost 2. Let me see who they lost to real quick. They lost to Arizona State at home.
Give me
That's
Texas
tough.
State. Give me Texas State.
Where's it at?
Sam Houston.
Sam Houston.
That's tough. That's even more tough.
Sam Houston, the only loss Sam Houston has is to UCF.
This is going to be a good one. I'm going to take Texas State, but it'll be a good one. It's going to be close.
All right, next up, North Dakota State and Illinois State. Battle of some ranked teams here. I think Illinois State's like, what, 14th? They are, I got it right here. They are, I thought they were ranked. Oh, they are 15th. So I was right. Yeah, 15th versus the number 2 team in the country. Shout out to that. Give me North Dakota State, though.
Same.
Yep, 3 for 3.
Georgia Southern and Georgia State.
Talk about 2
Good
crappy
rivalry
teams.
game here.
Yeah.
Give me State.
Yeah, I'm going to take State. They beat my Commodores. They beat my Vanderbilt Commodores. I got to stick with them.
Give me Georgia State. Next up, UMass and Miami of Ohio, who has not won a game.
Man, I thought Miami of Ohio was gonna win the MAC this year, and I was way off on that one. Give me UMass.
Really? Oh man, Miami of Ohio is favored by like minus like 17 or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Miami of Ohio, even though they've only scored. They've only scored 25 points total this year so far. It's bad, but they've played 3 decent teams: Northwestern, Cincinnati, Notre Dame. Yeah, I mean that's pretty decent in my book. Yeah, I think they get their first win though over UMass.
Yeah, give me the fake Miami. Give me the fake Miami.
The real.
Fake. We already decided that. That game already happened. Sorry.
We haven't had the best 2 out of 3 yet.
Doesn't matter. Didn't need to happen. Next up, Fresno State and UNLV. Give me the Rebels. Give me the Rebels.
Same.
Yeah, I'm also gonna take UNLV. This is gonna be a good game.
Next up, Louisville and Notre Dame. You know what? Give me Louisville. Give me Louisville here.
Give me Louisville, and this year or next year will probably be the last year we see Marcus Freeman.
That's possible, yeah.
Yeah, possible and unfortunate because I think he's a decent coach. He's just not a good fit for Notre Dame as a head coach. Give me Louisville.
Okay. North Carolina and Duke. Give me Duke.
Does Duke have a better defense than James Madison?
I hope. I'm hoping. Hoping a prayer.
Because North Carolina put up 50 points against James Madison's defense. I'll take Duke, though. I will take Duke. Battle the basketball teams.
Hey.
I think North Carolina bounces back. Give me North Carolina.
Next up, Louisiana Tech at FIU.
Why? Who put this on here?
I think it was someone's.
It was Tyler.
It was someone's terrible game of the week. So, like, I've gotten to a point, guys, where whatever picks you send, I'm throwing them in there. And then, like,
we're not voting anymore.
Yeah, I'm throwing it. Like, yeah, you absolutely are. I still just want to include the games, and the vote's just going to be like either like the FCS game of the week's already decided based on the votes. You know what I mean? Like, it's already decided. If everyone picks a different terrible game of the week, I'll just pick the one that I think is the worst one. But yeah, you're still voting because the FCS game of the week is decided based on you guys' votes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Still absolutely voting. I've just started putting everyone's games in there. Like, when you send it, like, let's go ahead and throw it in. Why not?
Give me Tech.
I will also take Tech.
Give me FIU. Give me FIU. Next up, Ohio State at Michigan State.
Yeah. I saw this. I don't know why it's here. I don't know why, because like it's not going to be a game. Give me Ohio State, although Michigan State technically does have the 22nd best defense in the country right now, but they've played shit teams.
Yeah,
I will say this though. Michigan State is a lot better this year than what they were at this time last year. That's for sure. But
True.
Ohio State should run them over like a redheaded stepchild.
Oh my God.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, God, shots fired at Jacob.
Damn.
That wasn't a shot fired at Jacob. I'm just saying in general. It's a metaphor.
You got something against redheads.
No, it's a metaphor.
Jacob's hurt. Look at his face. Look at that handsome face.
I'm just.
Give me Ohio State.
Fine.
Give me Ohio State.
Although this is one of the games that Ohio State could lose, like the year that we lost to Indiana, or the year that we lost to Purdue, or Virginia Tech, just randomly.
I'll become an Ohio State fan as long as Ryan Day gets fired. I'll become an Ohio State fan.
Also, Manny Diaz is the coach at Duke. I didn't know that.
Huh?
Manny Diaz is the coach at Duke. I didn't know that.
Really?
That's what Tyler just said in chat. I did not know that.
Oh, he's good enough for us in chat, but he's not good enough for us to be in here.
Jacob, I will say, I just messaged him. I told him he should probably come for what's coming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did tell him he should probably come in the chat and just at least listen to what's coming. All right. Yeah, I'm going to Ohio State, though. Next up, Charlotte and Rice. This was one of the terrible game of the week picks. I'm going to go Rice.
Yeah, Rice's offense is a lot better than what Charlotte's offense is, and their defense, they're both mediocre. I'm gonna take Rice.
Same.
Let's see. Portland State and Chattanooga.
This is also a terrible game of the week. I think this was mine. I can't remember though. I'm gonna
I
take
thought Portland
Chattanooga.
State was usually always good every year. Like, what is going on this year with them?
Right. Give me Chattanooga.
Same.
Next up, another game of ranked teams in the FCS. You have Lamar, who is 25th, and UCA, who's 7th in the nation. Shout out. Give me UCA.
Give me Lamar.
Wow. Yeah, I'm also going to take UCA. Just a well-known fact, they played UAPB. Oh, shout out to UAPB. UAPB's band is going to be playing Cody Rhodes' theme song at Bad Blood.
Dude, shout
Shout
out.
out to that. My
What a
golden
life.
lines. There we go.
What a life, bruh.
I'm telling you, man. But anyway, yeah, so my boss, the head coach for the boys, he actually went to the UCA UAPB game because it was right down the road here in Pine Bluff. He said that I'm just trying to think. UAPB actually scored the first touchdown. They actually had a 10-7 lead, and then UCA went on a 49-7 run to end the game.
Oh, my God.
He said UAPB isn't that bad. UCA is pretty good. This is going to be a good game, but I think UCA pulls it off.
Remember when I picked UAPB to beat Arkansas?
Hey, how the tables have turned. You picked UAPB to beat us, but you picked us to beat Texas A&M. I swear this makes no sense.
I'm not delusional
Welcome
at all. It's okay.
Welcome to the Terra Football Show, people.
Shout out to Chad and chat. I feel like y'all are about to talk bad on my team. Just sit tight, buddy. Just sit tight.
Who's this team?
Georgia. He's the Georgia fan.
Georgia.
Yeah, so just sit tight for a minute. Next up, Florida State at SMU. Give me SMU. I'm not jumping on the Florida State train.
SMU for sure.
Air Force and Wyoming.
Air Force.
Yeah, give me Air
Why
Force.
is this game on here?
I think I put this one on here. The line was close. Whenever I'm filling out the 30 and I need a couple more picks, I honestly just kind of look at games where it's like, all right, do we have any rivalry games like Georgia Southern, Georgia State? It's like, okay, well, is the line at least close? Because that's projected could be a good game. That's the only reason why it's on here. I think it was like -3.5 or something.
Fair.
I'm letting you guys in on my logic when I'm picking games. Did everyone pick? Did I miss everyone's picks?
No, I picked Air Force because Wyoming sucks ass.
Yeah. Ricky, did you pick?
I picked Air Force.
Okay. All right. Next up, New
Did you pick
Mexico.
Alex?
Yeah, I picked Air Force.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. All right. Next up, New Mexico and New Mexico State. Give me
Give me the Lobos.
Yeah, give me the Lobos.
Let's see here. New Mexico is 0-4. They also they lost to Fresno, Auburn. Actually got trashed by Auburn, Arizona, and then they also had that comeback loss against who was it? Montana State, I think is who it was. New Mexico State has one win. Oh gosh, they're terrible too. This is horrible.
This is bad.
This is absolutely terrible.
This is
Give me
bad.
the Lobos. I'll take the Lobos. Give me New Mexico.
All right. Next up, Washington State and Boise State. Give me the Cougs.
Yes, please. Which means the Cougars will be in the top 25 next week.
Yeah, I despise Boise State. I don't think they should be in the top 25. Give me Washington State.
All right, let's hit our game of the weeks, boys. First up, let's go FCS. This is a pretty top matchup. This is the fourth team in the nation, the Idaho Vandals, going against, let's see, what were they ranked? UC Davis is the 11th team in the nation. I'm liking the Vandals, baby. I'm liking what they're cooking. They're playing strong. Give me the Vandals.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also going to pick Idaho, but shout out to UC Davis. They're actually good at a sport besides baseball.
Right. All right, next up. We're going to go a little out of order for this one. So next up, we're going to do actually the terrible game of the week presented by ATFS. So we're going to go UT Martin versus Kennesaw State. So when I was looking at this, like Kennesaw State has lost every game, hasn't been pretty. UT Martin, I think their leading passer has thrown 1 touchdown and 1 interception. And I think UT Martin could still potentially win this game, if that tells you anything about this game. Like, Jesus Christ. With that, I'm going to give it to Braun Breaker's alma mater, and I'm going to say Kennesaw State, but I think it's going to actually be close, which is sad.
I'm giving it to UT Martin. When I looked at this game, when I nominated this game, I knew full well UT Martin's going to win this game.
Bruh. Like, oh my gosh.
What conference is Kennesaw State in?
They Conference USA, I think.
Yeah.
What?
Conference USA,
Conference USA.
I think.
Conference U. They're the. I didn't oh, that's right, because this is their first year.
Yeah, it's their
What?
first year.
Yeah.
Golly,
Yeah.
it costs $42 to go see these crappy teams play. Are you kidding me?
I bet you that's mainly just to go see UT Martin.
Right?
Let's see. Okay, so look at this. I'm serious, y'all. Like I'm looking through Conference USA right now. Western Kentucky, Boston College, $16. Texas State, Sam Houston, $19. Liberty and App State. App State is absolute garbage, and it's $100 to get in there. La Tech, Florida International, $13. Then you have UT Martin and Kennesaw State, $42 for a 1-3 team and an 0-3 team. That's absolute garbage. I'm taking Kennesaw State, by the way.
All right, there we go. There we go. All right,
Absolute
boy.
garbage.
Last game. I am actually going to pull Chad up. Chad's actually chilling in the guest queue. I'm going to pull him up for this. This is a pretty big game. I think we can all agree to that. So let me move him to ATFS. And he's here. What's up, Chad? How you feeling, buddy?
What's up, Jay?
Man, how you feeling about this game, this Georgia-Bama game? First big test of the year for Georgia. I mean, last week was a test, sure, but I mean, you got Bama and you got Texas coming up in the future. How you feeling going in this weekend?
Like I do every time we play Bama. Kind of nervous, but I think we're gonna beat them.
Think you got him this time?
Yeah, I think coaching, secondary, and special teams gonna be the difference. To be honest with you.
Okay, all right. I can see that. Any worry about Georgia after how last week went with Kentucky? That's the real question.
Long as we can get some players, but we lost 2 offensive linemen. We had 3 defensive linemen starters out, or go out that game. We ain't gonna have Rutledge for 3 weeks, the All-American left guard.
Mm-hmm.
But if we could get somebody to step up in that left guard position, maybe we can run a little bit better. That would help out a little bit. And quit throwing these bubble screens. Like everybody in the NCAA is throwing 90 bubble screens a game.
Right.
They got to get away from that.
What's your score prediction before we get to our actual picks for this game? What's your score prediction as the residential Georgia fan?
Man, okay, so I gotta stay away from 24. Anytime we lose 24 to something. So I'm gonna say we gotta get in the 30s because historically in 80 games that we played, whoever gets the 31st wins. I'm gonna say 35 to 28.
Okay, all right. At least it's gonna be a close game. Feeling a close game.
Oh
game.
yeah, it's gonna be a close game.
Yeah, definitely game of the week, no doubt about that.
I just don't feel like they're going to play as bad as they did against USF, and we won't play as bad like we did against Kentucky.
Right, both teams tighten it up, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, playing to the talent that you're going to play against, kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think it's time we get to our picks. Are you guys ready to get to our picks?
Sure.
All right. Let me get into character first. We're getting into character for this. We're getting into
Y'all
character
make me
for this. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Sing along with me, boys.
Who's that coming down the track?
Who's that coming down the track?
It's the mean machine in the red and black.
It's the mean machine in the red and black.
Ain't nothing finer in the land
Nothing finer in the land
than a drunk, obnoxious Georgia fan.
than a drunk, obnoxious Georgia fan.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go
Dogs.
Dogs. Sick 'em.
Give me Alabama to beat Georgia this weekend.
Yeah, baby.
No, sir. No, sir.
Give me Alabama to break all your hearts this weekend. Roll Tide.
I'm also taking Alabama to win by 20.
By 20? Golly. But you said that we're going to lose all 4 of our big games. We show up to big games. If we're going to lose, we're going to lose to Auburn or somebody like that. Somebody's slipping. Maybe Tennessee.
The problem is this is not the SEC championship game. This is not a neutral site game. We're going into Alabama. Alabama is one of the toughest places to play at in the SEC. And I am also taking Alabama. Jalen Milroe is going to throw all over your defense. He's going to run all over the defense. Georgia has no chance going into Alabama and beating Bama this weekend. I am also taking Bama to win by 17.
Roll Tide.
You don't think coaching's going to have anything to do with it?
Who's the better coach right now?
Is that a real question?
Yes, I'm asking a real question.
You could argue Dabo Swinney's got a better track record than dude. He's got 2 natties.
Of course he's got 2 natties, but this dude came from the NAI. He was in the NAI like 5 years ago, and he's already coaching at Alabama. Let that sink in for a moment. They didn't call Kirby Smart. I don't know if they ever called Dabo. They called this dude.
They called Urban.
They called Urban, but yeah,
They called Mike Norvell too.
I'm bold on that one.
Hey, I'm sorry. Yeah, hey, I'm just telling you right now, it's gonna be tough.
I don't think either one of us gets blown out either way. I really just don't go that way normally.
I'm not gonna
We
join.
normally play it in a phone box. I mean, in a box.
I'm not gonna
Normally-
join with Jacob and Ricky with their blowout scores. It's gonna be close, but give me Alabama.
I hear you.
I want you to
just
know.
sucked a lot of helium there, Alex.
Basically.
That voice sounds like you sucked a lot of helium. I like it.
I'll come back to eat my crow next week if we lose.
Okay, well that's good. Shout out, respect for that. Respect for that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Sir.
But no, man, shout out to Pat McAfee for that SEC championship game. That clip came back up my TikTok feed today, and I was just like, before the show started, I hit Jacob. I'm like, do you want to sing the song with me and build it up to like we're gonna pick Georgia? He's like, yes. I'm like, all right, bet.
I know, man.
That is one of my all-time favorite clips in like just sports media. Dude, it's legendary.
Oh yeah, classic, man. Classic.
Yeah. Chad, you want to give any hot takes for the weekend? You got any hot takes before we get out of here? You got any hot takes you want to shout out?
Man, there's gonna be somebody that struggles outside these big games. Do y'all have any team that y'all think that could be on the struggle bus this week that shouldn't be?
Ooh, that shouldn't be on the struggle bus. That's the question. NFL or college?
NFL. I mean college.
College. Okay. That's gonna be on the struggle bus that shouldn't be.
Ole Miss.
So,
Okay.
that's the thing, though. They could be. They could be. Let's see here.
This could be a hot take, and it could also just me being used to being in an abusive relationship. I'm gonna say Miami.
Miami.
I'm in an abusive relationship with the Miami Hurricanes. Give me Miami. Struggling potentially against Virginia Tech.
I was going to shout that out. And now, of course, I know that Baylor was bashed, but guys, so far this year, even though Baylor got beat last week, Baylor's looked pretty good so far this year. They're 2-2. They've looked pretty good.
Better.
And BYU, that was their first really big win, and it was a blowout. The first 3 games they had, though, they did not look good at all. So I'm just saying, Baylor's favored by 3 right now. Like, that is the spread right now. So I'm going to say Baylor and BYU. That could be a struggle. I still think BYU gets the win, but I think that could be a potential trap game there.
Yeah. That's a good one. I didn't even think of that.
Let's see. Anyone else that I would shout out that could be on the struggle bus that should not be?
USC,
Possibly USC.
Who are they playing again?
Yep, possibly.
Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I almost had them part of our run your pool picks. I forgot about that one.
Who does South Carolina play?
Let me look. SEC.
I think they're off.
Oh, yeah. It looks like they're off this week. Yeah, they're off this week.
Utah might be on the struggle bus this week against Arizona.
Is Cam playing?
There's no confirm on if he's playing or not.
Man, I thought Arizona was going to be so much better than they are right now this year. I'll be honest with you. Like, I thought Arizona was going to be a serious team to watch this year, bro. I mean, I like Noah, but man, like I know they're 2-1, but they don't feel like a 2-1 team. You know what I mean?
That's because they haven't really beat anybody. They beat New Mexico and they beat NAU.
True. Hopefully UCF will not be on the struggle bus this week. Hopefully. You know, hopefully they
I like them as a dark horse for the Big 12, to be honest with you.
Yeah. No, I mean, I do too. You know, I definitely support UCF just because I love Orlando. It's my spot, bro. So I would love for them to be a dark horse in the Big 12. It's just, you know, I feel like if they can really get over the you know, I know Colorado is like everyone likes to hate on them, call them overrated, but they do have a lot of talented players. If UCF can shut down those talented players this week, it's going to give me a vote of confidence. You know, where UCF can go going forward. I mean, the game right now, the spread's minus 14.5 for UCF. That's crazy.
That is.
I thought it'd be a little bit closer than that, but whatever.
Michigan might be on the struggle bus this week against Minnesota.
It could be a trap game.
They're only favored by 9, and it's a home game.
Yeah, that could be a trap
I
game.
really think that Illinois is going to keep it closer than that spread, though. That spread's outrageous. 17.5.
Yeah.
It's because it's a whiteout.
Yeah, I mean, it being a whiteout's what's scary,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, you got any hot takes you want to shout out before we wrap up the show here? If you don't have a hot take, it's fine. If you got a cold take, that's fine.
Are you asking all of us or just?
Oh, just Chad.
Okay.
I feel like we've all gotten
me?
enough. Yeah, I feel like I should have specified. My bad. No, I feel like for the other three of us, I think we've gotten enough hot takes out for the show. So
I still feel like the Chargers should have picked Brock Bowers.
really, though, I mean, Joe Alt's a dog, though, man.
That's
a hot take. So
but
thank
I
you.
feel
You
like
provided a good hot take. That's a hot take, in my opinion.
just, you know, being a downhill kind of like old school run it pro style top team. I feel like if you had a really good tight end, it would help a little bit more.
Right.
But I mean, he's doing good. I think he only gave up 1 sack so far, and that really wasn't his fault. They're just having to chip a lot. But I mean, look, they played some killers though on the ends. But I don't know. I just hate seeing them there at the Raiders. Raiders need a quarterback in a bad way. They got good talent. They need somebody to. I don't know. Gardner Minshew ain't the answer there. Trade him to the Jags.
He ain't on the Minshew Mania
Disrespectful.
bandwagon, man.
I mean, come on, man. What are we doing?
He's good at the Jags,
Like-
bro. But I just don't like him at the Raiders.
I like him anywhere he goes. That's a handsome man.
The mustache, you gotta like it.
Bruh, dude,
Uncle Rico.
Dude, I love Minshew Mania, bro. Give me Minshew Mania back in Jacksonville over T-Law any day of the damn week. Any day of the damn week. Give me Minshew Mania. All right, boys, are we feeling good? We want to wrap up the show. We feeling about it?
We're feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
Feeling it, Mr. Crab. What about you, Rick? You feeling it?
Yep. We're good.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit the music. We're going to go ahead and wrap up this show. We're going to get out of here. Let me find the right music. I got to find the right music. We'll do this. Yeah.
Dogs on top. By 50.
By 50. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're done. You're done. Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Last thoughts. Let's get out of here. For Jacob, last thoughts. Let's go around the room.
I don't know why, but I'm kind of scared for the Michigan State game. Not gonna lie. I don't know. I just got a bad feeling about it.
What about you, Rick?
I'm all right, I guess. Just just remember we're a month away from our benefit show down at Whitehall, and if my camera was working, I would show everybody the banner or the flyer that we are using for this show. But so yeah, shout out to that, and like I said, if y'all come on down to support our Bulldog.
Hey, shout out, man. Also, shout out to our Patreon. You can join that down in the description below, and we'd appreciate that. You can join the Discord and come chat with us just like Chad did. You can also check out Rogue Energy and Agent Inc. with the links down below in the description for the referral links. I think that's it. Until next time, guys, have a good one. Roll Tide.